Hello, and welcome to Demon Interviews episode 172. I almost said the number wrong for a second. I'm your host, Springy, and joining us today is our very special guest.
Hi, I'm Sapphire. What's up?
Woo! So, first of all, how are you doing today?
Better lately. So,
Good. Good to hear. Have you ever been interviewed like this before?
not like this, no.
Well, we're happy to introduce you to the world of interviewing. Whee! Um, so people can assume from, you know, what you're wearing right now, and from, if they're coming from your side or from ours, that you are a cosplayer. That's not just
Yes,
your
I
normal
am.
get up. Uh, uh, so, do you have any other new cosplays that you're able to tell us about without me giving you a small fee of $5?
Sure. So, my main cosplays right now are mostly characters from Security Breach, but I have so many others, and I cosplay my OCs and stuff as well. But I've got some from Elden Ring coming up, some more Disney, um, things like that. So I've got a whole plethora of just randomness. So.
Awesome, awesome. Well, next question is going to be, what is one of the hardest things about getting into one of your cosplays?
Well, it depends on the character. A lot of them have different pieces that some of them are super easy to put on. It's just clothes and a hat or a wig or whatever. But Moon specifically has these teeth, and I have
Mm.
to denture glue them onto my gums, and they're very annoying, and it takes a while to dry. So it depends, but this is one of the more difficult things.
Mm. Makes sense. Makes sense. Well, the next question is going to be. Let me just make sure I'm finding the correct information. So you said in the beginning that you go by IX Sapphire on the social medias. Why did you
Yep.
choose that name for your internet handle?
It kind of has a double meaning. One, I like the name Sapphire in general, but I also cosplay Sapphire from Steven Universe, so that
Oh,
kind of plays into it. And also, one of my OCs, he has deep blue eyes that are kind of a sapphire color. So to represent him and his eye color, that kind of went with the name too.
awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, the next question is from my past guest, a Shannon Carruthers. You're going to be the star of a movie.
Okay.
Who would you want your co-star to be? It could be an actor or a friend or whoever you want. And what genre of movie would it be?
Genre of movie. Let's see. Well, I love animated movies, and I've always wanted to be a voice actor.
Mm-hmm.
So if I could be the main character in a little cute animated movie, um, as my co-star though, I don't know. I got a thing for like Tom Holland and Benedict Cumberbatch, like British people. So anyone like that would definitely be my dream.
Awesome. And Tom Holland has experience with voice acting, we know, and so does Benedict
Yeah,
Cumberbatch. So perfect.
they'd be able to hook me up.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so the next question, let's say the next movie. Oh my golly. Is going to be have you ever attended any cons before, any conventions?
I have. I've been to Asheville Anime Convention a couple of years ago, but with like COVID and everything, it's been so hard to go to cons lately. So
Mm-hmm.
I plan to Dragon Con, MomoCon, things like that, but next year, because I already have plans for the summer. So cons next year, just not this year.
Awesome. Well, you
That'll knock
answered
over
like
my.
the next two questions about conventions just in that one answer.
Oh,
Um,
well, okay.
nah, it's perfect. It makes this whole thing go faster. It's fine. Um,
All right.
so the one con-based question you didn't answer is, what is your favorite convention memory?
Um, well, I did get to meet one of the people who watch my YouTube channel at the con. She was cosplaying Purple Guy, and I was Mike Schmidt. So we kind of had a little get together and did a photo shoot. So it's really cool to meet someone who watches my videos because I've never met anyone who watches me before besides her. So that was pretty cool.
Awesome. That really does sound like an amazing thing that had words are hard. Um, that happened. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to close my window from me running my 3D printer. I just now realized because my window's moving. Um, so who is your favorite character to cosplay as?
That's a tough one. I have a lot of favorites. Well, I guess my favorite would be Mike Schmidt, my version of him that I made, because he's very like angry, badass type of dude, and I like his outfit. It's just really simple.
Mm-hmm.
But like fan favorite would definitely be Moon. So another reason I decided to put this on.
Awesome, awesome. Um, so what do you think is one of the biggest misconceptions about either you or the characters you cosplay as?
Hmm. I guess like usually the biggest thing I get is the people who watch me tend to forget that I'm also a person.
Mm,
Um, they kind of really fall into it the character I'm being, and I'm more than welcome like playing back as the character and answering as
mm-hmm.
the character, but they will say stuff that's like kind of mean towards me or something, and like it's like I'm a person outside of this, right? Like I
Yeah.
don't just sit around and moon all day. But I mean, like other than that, it's just like people ask me all the time if I'm a boy or a girl, and the whole gender
The
identity
whole thing.
crisis on TikTok and everything. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, at least I'm getting a nice breathe of cool air randomly. Um, kind of on the same topic as like kind of some of the comments you're talking about. What is one of the best compliments you've ever gotten, either in a comment section or in reality or in person? There we go. That's the word.
Well, the number one thing I love seeing is people say it differently every time, but if they tell me like you inspired me to start cosplaying or you inspired me to start making videos, like I adore it when people tell me that because that's my main goal. I just want to inspire people to do what they want, and a lot of people are too shy or scared to cosplay or they think they won't be good enough. So if I can just take a tiny ounce of what I'm doing and inspire someone, and then they come back and be like, "Oh, you're the reason I started cosplaying," like that's really all I want. That's
Mm-hmm.
all about it. So
Awesome. That is awesome and amazing to hear.
I try.
um. So this is coming from one of our fans on Instagram. Hopefully, it still are. One of these days, I'm going to check. But from a fan on Instagram called Charlie_Aronson 99. What is one thing we got doing on camera?
Regret doing. Oh boy. Hmm. That's kind of a tough one and maybe embarrassing to admit, but I used to record videos on YouTube with my ex and they cosplayed Phone Guy and I was Purple Guy and we did a video where we just like made out for 5 minutes straight. And it was very cringy and I was like 16, 17 years old and I don't know, but it's not on YouTube anymore, but yeah, I regret doing that.
I mean that makes sense. I mean, like we all have those cringy esque videos with our exes at one point or another, and if you don't, then you just haven't found them yet. Uh,
Yeah.
Either you haven't found them that somebody else posted, or you just haven't done them yet. But you will. Most likely in the internet age, you will. Um, so, the next question is going to be, I almost asked the exact same question again. Um, would you keep a pet zombie or would you kill it?
A pet zombie. Do I know the zombie?
Up to you.
Okay, well, if I don't know the zombie, like they're a random person, I would kill it because I don't want to spread the sickness or virus or whatever.
Hmm.
But I don't know if it was like my dog or something, I wouldn't kill it. I'd feel bad. So
I mean, true,
depends, I guess.
true, true. I mean that makes sense. Makes sense to me. Well, the next question kind of goes into what we are talking about a little bit earlier about like inspirations and stuff, how you're some people's inspirations for starting cosplay. But I wanted to ask, who are some of your inspirations for cosplaying?
Okay. Well, this is probably gonna sound weird, but my inspiration is actually Markiplier. And reason being is because obviously he played Five Nights at Freddy's and I'd been watching him forever before then, but still,
Mm-hmm.
um, him and him doing like his little skits, like a date with Darkiplier and his new one in space with Markiplier and all this stuff. Like I love doing skits and stuff like that, and he has
Mm-hmm.
all his different characters, um, Warfstache, King of the Squirrels, Darkiplier, all of those. So I wanted to make my own characters and kind of be like him. So
Yeah,
Markiplier is really where I got my inspo from.
awesome, awesome. I mean, I'm gonna say it again, but it does make a lot of sense because I also kind of like started with like my own original characters as well, doing kind of the same type of a dark persona and a more funny one and so stuff like kind of like what you were talking about with like what Markiplier did and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so the next question is going to be coming from a past guest, a Harley F. Quinn. What are those?
My shoes? Not wearing any.
For once, I am. Normally, I'm not during these interviews. Uh,
I would have moon shoes on, but they're kind of clunky and annoying, so I don't.
I mean, like, makes sense. I mean, like, nobody's gonna be looking at your feet right now anyway, so it's fine.
Exactly.
It's fine. Um, what is one thing you want people to know about the characters you cosplay as?
Um, hmm. I guess like the main kind of theme or running thing I keep going, it doesn't matter what character I'm cosplaying, is they're kind of like a safe space or comfort character.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a lot of young viewers in their early teens, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of them are like just discovering things they like or characters that they really connect with. And I know how that felt when I was 15 because I was super obsessed with Donatello from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, so if I can like just people just need to know that I'm not trying to be like weird or creepy or whatever, but they can come and have a safe space with whatever character I'm cosplaying because I'm not going to be like rude or mean or push them away or whatever. I just want to be approachable.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I'm trying not to say the exact same thing every single time, but that does make a lot of sense. Like I
yeah.
swear I'm not using. I'm trying not to use the same 6 words over and over again, but that does make sense. Trying to to be approachable and and not just be like, oh my god, it's God, or anything like that.
Yeah.
Uh, this next question is kind of an easy free advertisement for you. But what are some of the social media platforms you're active on or that you have that you're willing to give out? I mean,
Okay, so TikTok is my main platform right now,
Mm-hmm.
which is same username, IXSfire, but there's an underscore at the end. My Instagram is the same username. Those two platforms are usually what I'm most active on because I'll post like cosplay tips and advice and kind of like behind the scenes stuff on Instagram, and you can see
Mm-hmm.
pictures of all my cosplays and stuff like that. And then TikTok is where I do all the videos and goofy stuff or fan requests or whatever. But I do have my YouTube channel, which is Curses Cosplay. I'm kind of putting that on the back burner at the moment. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I still have a ton of videos on there if anyone wants to go watch all my old cringy stuff. But that's there. And I do have a Facebook page, Curses Cosplay. But those four platforms are mainly what I'm on.
Awesome, awesome, and you can find um a way to get to all of them in the description below. So if you want to go follow them on all the fun social media platforms. Um, so next up, I'm double checking something real quick, real quick, real quick. Cool beans, cool beans. I think that's the heater. Fun. It's not like I'm warm, anyways. Uh, can kind of talk about like some fan requests in a way. Have you ever made a cosplay because someone suggested it to you, either a friend, family member, or a commenter saying like, "Wow, you would be amazing as this character" or something like that?
Yeah, a couple of cosplays that I'm planning on, I really wasn't going to because I'm not into the Dark Souls games all too much. I've seen people play them and I've tried to play them, but I'm really bad at it. So, but I was convinced to cosplay Remy, whatever her name is from Elden Ring.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess that's something to look forward to. She's on the way from China, I think is where she's being made. So, Elden Ring is now being added to my repertoire.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Well, last question on my little list to do, and then shockingly, there's more. Um, does the content you make that you like the best get the most attention, or is it the ones that surprise you?
Mm, well, it seems like the ones I put more effort into and like actually sit down and take a couple hours to edit or put together, or I switch cosplays in between and like mesh it all together. The ones I'm like, this is gonna be super awesome, and then I post it and it gets zero views almost, and it's like, oh man. But the minute I put on Sun or Moon, it'll just like take off. So Sun and Moon right now are like super heavy on my TikTok, and everyone flocks to it, and they'll immediately want to comment and talk to Sun or Moon. So, which I'm cool with it. I like Sun and Moon, but like the other stuff that I do, like my OCs, don't get nearly as much as attention as they do.
Yeah, yeah. Again, I do actually understand that because like once I started like doing like Ennard or the puppet because faces on my wall, um
Yeah, I see it.
they did very well, and then like all my original character stuff wasn't doing as well. I mean, it wasn't doing well in the first place, but I mean, still, it wasn't doing as well as these fellas up here.
Yeah.
So yeah. So now we're going on to the final four questions that are always locked in the vault in my head. Uh, First of all, do you have any questions for me as an individual or about the show in general?
Um, I guess I'll kind of ask you what you kind of asked me. It's like, what inspired you to start interviewing people?
Oh, it was a tale of long days past. Uh, me and my friend, we were up, my friend lives in Jersey, and I live in California. So I was up at midnight, he was up at 3, and I was like, we should make a YouTube channel. He was like, okay. we were both like very tired, but we're like, those are where the best ideas come. Is when it's like it's midnight
Yeah.
and you're like, that's when your brain just starts going. Uh, all homework assignments should be due the next day at 1 a.m. because that means you have that midnight brain of working real hard. Anywho, and we were like, okay, we don't want to do the 18,000th gaming channel because like whatever we do, we can always randomly do gaming stuff. Go watch the live streams we've been doing recently. Uh, um, but yeah, so then we started seeing people who were interviewing cosplayers, and we were like, nobody's really interviewing the cosplayers who actually need the exposure. They're only interviewing the cosplayers who already have said exposure. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So that's kind of how it started, First we started with like people who were doing demon original characters. That's kind of how the name demon interviews kind of started. And then we were like, there's more than just them who needs our help. And then, or hell, that sounds like we're doing a favor, but to, I hope that help. Hopefully, my point is coming across that like we want to help as many people as we can. So
Yeah.
now we've kind of expanded into people making original characters, people who do cosplay, people who do gaming as well. We interview some people there, YouTubers, a Twitch streamer, and a motivational speaker. We also got on here once too.
Nice.
Yeah, and yeah, and ever since then, those 3 years ago, we've only missed one upload, and subsequent I did a live stream instead, so it's fine. Um, a live stream on a different YouTuber's server. They said it was fine, to be clear.
Nice. Okay.
And I was panicked throughout the whole thing until I finally saw the message that they're like, it's fine. I'm like, oh, thank God. You could see my stress in that video, even though they replied 3 minutes later than when I started recording. And then I was like, oh my God, I don't know. I don't. And then I looked, I was like, oh, they said it was fine. Like 3 minutes after I started recording, I was like, okay, cool. Because like I was just gonna I said it throughout the video. Worst comes to worst, I'll delete it. It's fine. Um, but yeah, long story short, that's pretty much how Demon Interviews kind of started, and now we're on to episode 172.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions, comments, or concerns?
So, like, how do you go about finding who you interviewed? Do you just like randomly look for people, or how do you like look for? Because I don't know how you found me, and I'm just curious.
Um, there's a few different ways. Sometimes, um, we sometimes people just pop up on my TikTok stuff or on the Instagram suggestions. I lightly do some stalking, seeing if they actually do more than one character. um, because there's accounts where they only do one character and they're like, I am this character. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I know you kind of look like him. Just I get it. Just bring it down. You're not him. But and then like if I'm enjoying their content and stuff, I see if they have the Instagrams. I send them a message. It's about 50-50% chance if they answer me or not. Uh, but yeah, and sometimes we're looking for a certain character, so I type in Vanny cosplayers or something because like we're planning on doing a character interview and that's the character we need and we don't have anybody. And like that's how I don't I think that does happen sometimes, but I it's not just only this one thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's that's pretty much how we find most people. Also suggestions, which I'll be asking you for suggestions at the end of this interview. Uh, we also, find people that way as well. So yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you happened to scroll upon little old me.
I have no idea how I can get anywhere near any FNAF stuff on TikTok. I have no idea. Zero
Not
idea.
at all.
Not at
0.
all. Uh, is there any other questions you'd like to ask?
Um, do you like you mentioned you said like character interviews. So I know I'm
Mhm.
like kind of myself just dressed up as Moon right now.
Yeah.
Um, but if I had a character you'd be interested in, would you interview me again?
So the thing with the character interviews are a separate thing. They're like, it's almost like what you do in your comment sections for Sun and Moon,
Okay.
where we're basically, uh, we take like 3 or 4 characters from a selected media, like I'll just say FNAF because that's one we're working on right now. Where for Final Fantasy Security Breach, the main 4 animatronics, Firefighter, Freddy, Bonnie, not Bonnie, the one game not Bonnie for the main 4, uh, Monty, Chica, and Roxy, and those cosplayers dress up as those characters, and I ask them questions for those characters. I write up a whole separate list of questions, and I ask them questions as those characters, and they reply as those characters as well. And sometimes they pretend to do the voice, sometimes they don't. It's just a fun time all around. We've done a few. We have a few more in the works. Like I said, we have I don't care about saying it. We have 2 security breach ones planned on doing. We're just looking for a few more characters. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. We have a Ruby Professors one we're working on. To see if we can find one more person. Um, I think those are all the main ones we're working on. I know we also have Spider Verse one in the works, but I'm not 100% sure on that one yet. If they're still interested in that, but yeah, those are the that's basically a character interview. Hopefully I'll remember to put a link to the playlist here ish. Um, um, because like we've done a few. We've done a FNAF one where it was Purple Guy, Purple Gal, and Toy Bonnie. We did the main 4 girls for Doki Doki Literature Club, which is our most fucking viewed video ever. And it still is to this day. I can literally pull it up and find it so easily because we still get comments on it, and we are still. It's still our number one of this month and of last month and ever since. So I'm like, well then. um, we also done a lot of Ruby ones as well because there's a lot of sections of 4 of them anyway, so it's pretty easy to section them out. Um, but yeah, those are the only character interviews we've done so far. We're planning on trying to do more, but it's hard because a lot of popular medias I don't know that much about. So like
Right?
I
Yeah.
don't know that much about My Hero Academia, so I'm like I don't know what I don't know what to ask, and I don't know who to get on. Like
The struggle. Yeah, I get you.
yeah, so I'm like I don't know, and like the medias I know a lot about, nobody cares about. So I'm like okay, I won't do that because nobody cares. But
Yeah.
we also did a Kamen Rider one as well, which I know a lot about, but not a lot of people watched it. But that's fine. But yeah, that's basically what a character interview is. We ask people questions as though they ask. I ask people questions as the character that they're dressed up as. So like in this case, I would be asking questions to you for Moon, and you just answer back as Moon, basically.
I get you. Yeah.
Long story short, that's
Pretty much.
that's what it is. Do you have any other questions, comments, or concerns?
I mean, like, I've almost done every single character in Security Breach besides the DJ. So if you need a character interview, uh,
Yes,
you know, can totally do whoever. I've even done Gregory. So
yes,
whatever you want to do. I'm trying to think. I have some Disney. I know Disney's like super,
yes.
across the board or whatever. But I've got another a new cosplay that it's almost complete. I'm just waiting on one thing to come in the mail and then I can finish him, but it's from Tangled.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
um, any of that would be, I don't like, whatever. I can send you a list of anything, and if something you want to do, I'm cool with it because I love like getting into the character and responding and doing the voices and stuff. So
Yeah.
anything, I'm all good with.
Awesome.
But I think I'm good. I don't have anything else.
Awesome. Because I think for the FNAF ones, we're only missing Freddy and Chica, which those who seem like they would be the easiest ones to find, but they're not.
Yeah.
And Vanny. Those are the only ones we're missing, I think, that we have planned. Because the plan is the main four plus Gregory for the first one. If the stars align, that'd be the first one, or would be the second one. Then the other one is Vanessa and Vanny with Sun and Moon. You know, kind of both having those dual personality looking things. So
Yeah.
insert your own theory there. If Vanny and Vanessa are the same person or not. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'll definitely contact you about that because I do need more people for that. The group is too big. I need to just separate the group in two, into
Yeah.
extra two separate groups. But to continue on with your interview, um, who would you like to see on the show in the future?
Hmm. Character wise, or this is where I'm like dropping other cosplayers?
Who? Either way, I mean, if you have like a character interview idea as well, like, and if I know the media, I'll happily do it by myself. But if not, then you'll have to help me with it.
Okay. Shoot. Well. Hmm. I have no idea. I mean, because like anything that I'm remotely interested in, I do myself. But hmm, I don't know. They're kind of like way more popular than I am, so I don't know if they would answer you. But Mythicali cosplay, um, or Night Cove the Fox, they have way more followers than me. But I've tried to contact them to do like mesh duets kind of thing, and they never answer. But they do similar stuff to me, but they have other things too. So
Yeah.
if you could get them to answer you, that would be cool. But they won't answer me.
Yes, definitely. Send me their stuff so I can make sure I'm spelling everything correctly. Because random underscores. Sometimes there's a number in the name, like instead of
Yeah,
O, there's a zero or something. So send me those names. I'll happily send a message and might not get an answer back.
yeah, the
But
pain.
the you have no idea
Yeah,
how many we have that just gone unanswered, or answered and then ghosted us. Yeah, that's fun. Anywho, the next question is, well, technically the next question we kind of already answered, but would you ever like to come back to the show for a future project in the future?
definitely. Whatever character or not,
Awesome.
whatever I need to be, I would be up for it.
Awesome. Awesome. Because we have you scheduled for 18 more things. So,
Nice.
18 different characters all today. Go. Um,
Alright, let me whip out my cosplay trunk and just like start throwing stuff.
uh, but our last question for today is going to be, do you have any questions for a future guest?
Hmm. Trying to decide whether I want to ask something meaningful or ask something random. Okay. If you could switch places with your favorite cosplayer and become them, who would you pick?
If I could switch places with my favorite cosplayer. Hmm,
Like
interesting.
live their life, be their characters, just become their whole
Just
human being.
become them.
Yes.
Become the cosplayer that you have been idolizing for a month. Uh, yes, yes. Take all their skills. Then they are stuck with us.
Pretty much.
But yeah, that's actually a pretty interesting question. That could awesome, awesome.
Kind of a thought tugger there. You got to think about it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that is about it. Um, thank you so much for being on the show. I highly appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon. If you have any questions for our lovely guests, put them in the comment section below. I forgot to say this in the middle, but that's fine. But make sure you follow our guests on all social media platforms. There'll be a way to get to a lot of them in the description below. And at least I see you in the next video. Bye bye.